Hello and welcome back to this course. In our previous video we have discussed about the linked list, and in this video we will discuss about the vector class in collection framework. In the same way, vector class also have implement the list interface, and indirectly you also have implement the collection framework. So all the methods that we have discussed in the collection interface and the list interface are also present in the vector class. So let's see what is vector class. So vector implements are dynamic array. Vector class also use the dynamic array. It is similar to the array list but with two differences. Now vector is just like the array list, but there are two differences between the array list and the vector. Now vector is synchronized, and vector contains many legacy methods that are not part of the collection framework right now. So I hope you understand the second point, but the first point, vector is synchronized. What it means? I hope that you have watched the section of the threading. So in threading, we have discussed about the synchronization. For example, if there is one bank account and there are two users that can access that account. Now, if we are using the threading, for example, there is a if condition that if the balance is greater than the withdrawal amount, then move inside the body of the if and withdraw that money. Now, for example, if we are using the threading concept, now for the first user, it check for the if condition. If the user have 5,000 in the bank account and he type the 3,000 at the withdrawal amount, now definitely balance is greater than the withdrawal amount. So the first user moved inside the if condition. Maybe it's possible that next time the thread 2 is executed for the user 2, and because the withdrawal amount has not yet detected, so the second user also passed the if condition and move inside the block, and he has typed the 4,000 also. Now 5,000 minus 400 is equal to 1,000, and 1,000 minus 4,000 is equal to minus 3,000. So this corrupts the data. So in that case, we use synchronization. We synchronize our code. So if one user enter that code until he does not complete his execution of that program, the other user cannot enter that code. That is called synchronization. So in this way, vector is more flexible than the array list. Array list is not synchronized, but vector is synchronized. So this is the plus point for the vector. It is just like the array list, but only there are two differences. First, it is synchronization, and second, that vector contains the legacy methods that are not part of the collection framework. So I hope that you know about this synchronization. So vector is synchronized. Next, vector proves to be very helpful if you don't know the size of the array in advance, or you just need one that can change the sizes over the lifetime of the program. Now, if you don't know the size of the array list in advance, then in the vector class, the size will automatically decided at the runtime of the program. So vector is just like the array list, but you can see there are two differences. Vector is synchronized, and there are legacy methods that are not part of the collection framework. So let's see how we can use the vector in our NetBeans. And now if I type here vector, and I also type here the integer this time, integer, and I type here list equals to new vector, and also type here integer like this. Okay. I also import the vector class in the util package. You can see here. Now in the constructor, there are four constructors in the vector class. First constructor is this one. We pass nothing. By default, the size of the vector is 10. We can also specify our size in this constructor. If I type here 20, then the size of this vector is 20. If I add here 20 and I can pass the second argument, I type here 5. Now when we added 20 items in the vector, after that the size is incremented by the 5. We add 5 more items, we have 25 items. After that it add more 5 items in the list. We can also specify that how many items we want to add if the vector is full. In the fourth type of constructor, we can pass the collection. We know that we can also pass the collection in the constructor. So if I type here list dot add, I can add the items in the list. We know that. Okay, so we are probably integer, so 67. So in this way, we can also add items in the vector. It is just like the array list, but there is a difference that it is synchronized. It is more efficient. It is more safe than the array list, and the synchronization is the plus one for the vector. All the methods are same, just like the array list, but there are you can see difference between the array list and the vector. So I hope that you understand. Now you can add more items here. I type here list dot add. I type here 100 and list dot add. Type here 69. Okay, I can use the iterator here. I import the iterator class and I type here list dot iterator. Okay, and while it has next, I move inside and print system.out.println and print the it.next method. Okay, so now if I run this program, you will see the items on the list. I can also print the size. I type here system.out.println and I type here list.size. Size. I can also print the capacity of this vector system.out.println and I call the capacity method. So I type here list.capacity. Now if I run this program, you will see there are 3 items in this list vector and the capacity is 10. You can see by default we have the 10 capacity. If I type here 20 like this, and now if I run this program, you can see we have 3 items in the vector, but the capacity is 20 this time. So in this way we can add the items and use the methods in the vector class. So I hope that you understand about the vector. If you feel any problem by understanding the vector, you can definitely ask me a question. I will help you. So that's it for this video. I will see you in next video.